Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about OOS. OOS means out of specification. So what do you mean by OOS? OOS means when an analytical or test result of any patch is coming out of specification or coming out of prescribed and predetermined limit or specification, we are calling it as out of specification. Simply we can tell if the result or the analytical result coming out of the prescribed limit or predetermined limit, we are simply calling it as OOS. Mainly, the auto specification we can see in case of stability testing, in case of analysis of in process, test of raw material, intermediate, and finished goods, that is in case of API. So, how we can do the auto specification investigation? Normally, we are investigation of OOS is done if any unacceptable and questionable result when we are getting only, we are carrying out the investigation for OOS. So how we can find out or identify out of specification? First thing is that we can check the report of the laboratory investigation. So by this we can find out or identify the out of specification. So what is the main purpose of obtaining out of specification report? To find out what are the sources of result which will cause changes in the specification. So in this process, we are initially investigating all the result and it should be in well documented form. So who is checking the auto specification? So it is done by the analyst and the supervisor. So analyst is primarily responsible for the testing the laboratory result. So the analyst should have a sound knowledge about what are the principal primary requirement as well as the process of specification. So the analyst is checking from the raw data of the result and he should look the calculation whether the instrument are properly functioning, the procedure performed by the analyst. He or she will check the quality parameter and knowledge of the analyst should be checked and method is validated and evaluation is done by the analyst as well as the preservation of the result is also done by. So how we can identify the OOS is that if we are finding any OOS or out of specification, it does not confirm that the error is occurred by the lab investigation. So how we can find out any out of specification happen or not? We have to review the manufacturing, production and sampling. We have to review the lab investigation result. We want to carry out the supplementary laboratory testing procedure. So one by one, we can check how we are performing or checking out of specification. The first thing is that we have to review the manufacturing, production and sampling. To find out the out of specification, we have to review the manufacturing procedure, production and sampling. So how we can find out whether any errors or problem happened and we have to document and record the manufacturing procedure. So that is the first step. Second is that we can review the lab investigation result. So we have to check what is the course of the investigation. We have to check the review and summary of the manufacturing procedure. We have to review the previous result as well as we have to review the documented record and we have to take the action taken to correct the process. Third thing is that we have to do the supplementary laboratory testing procedure. To find out the OS result, we have to do the retesting and resampling. So, what do you mean by retesting and resampling? Retesting means we are taking a portion of the original sample and we are checking if any errors happen in the instrument, process, dilution, or sample handling. That is by doing the retesting. But in case of resampling, what we do is that a specimen is collected from any additional unit prepared from the same batch and again we are doing the same thing. So these are the two supplementary laboratory testing procedure to confirm the out of specification. And finally, we have to analyze the investigated result. That is the out of investigation result. We have to produce a report. So that report can be implemented with the help of laboratory investigation as well as with the help of full scale investigation. And we want to check any factors that affect the OOS. Is the if yes is the answer, we have to reject that batch. The second thing is that if you are getting an inconclusive investigation result also, we have to carry out the thing. In that case, we have to convert into the confirmatory case, and here also we have to reject one batch. If the OIO's result failure is there, we have to release that batch. This is the procedure by which we are finding or confirming whether it is OOS, that is out of specification. Hope this video will be helpful for you to get an idea about the out of specification. If you find useful, please share to your friends. Thank you for watching.